Hi!
Hi, everybody! We're kicking off season 2!
Yeah!
Woo-hoo!
We're so
Happy to have
excited.
you with us.
Yes, thank you
Awesome.
so much for tuning in. We're excited and we hope to spread empowerment through you and
And
you.
to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how have you been, Kat?
I've been really swell, actually. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm really glad of that. We've got a buddy with us here today.
Yes.
Who's feeling very empowered from season 1 of WonderFest TV.
That's
so,
true.
We know that we're on the right path to making some good things happen, which feels nice. I actually feel like I have been empowered learning the lessons that we did in last season, so I'm very happy about that.
That's true.
And let's kick off talking about some other elements of empowerment.
Sure.
Like taking responsibility for your own empowerment and your own happiness.
Exactly. Or even in general, taking responsibility of your life.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, and I'm guilty of it, always, trying to put the blame on other things. But actually, what I found was once I say, like, okay, the reason why I'm late is not because there's traffic, but because I left late. Like, once I realize that, I'm like, okay, yeah, so it's your fault. But, I mean, I'm learning to do that. And in that, it's empowered me to, get my stuff together quicker. But even little tiny things like that really helps me realize that I have control of my life like 100%.
Yes, and even if you say you're stuck in traffic and it wasn't due to your circumstances of leaving late, even if it was, you're also responsible for your attitude within that traffic jam, right?
Oh, for sure.
So you can look at it like, oh man, the day is shot, or you can be like, I wonder what can I think about? What song's on the radio? Like just really taking control of your attitude, because you can't actually always control the situation.
That's true.
But you can control your reaction to it, which is huge.
In that situation, is there something that you do, that you choose to do, to try to get you in the right mindset of, instead of thinking of it as negative, positive? What do you do?
I always, and this is just something I've always done, is I just look at the bonus in the situation.
Right.
So like I remember being at Wonderland when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old or something. And my uncle tried to win me this like great prize, and he won me like a plastic comb. And he was like, oh, well, all that, blah, 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 and all I got was a plastic comb. And I was like, well, at least we have a comb now. So,
That's
like
true.
I always look at, like, something is always a lesson or, like a path to something else.
Right.
Yeah. Whether that's right or wrong, it feels better to think that way.
Definitely. I totally agree. And I do the same thing, too. I naturally look at the positive things.
Yeah.
But it takes work, because we're in a society where there's so many things that are negative going on around us. Once you turn on the radio, you hear about like things going on in our city that involve cops and involve people getting hurt and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so it takes a huge amount of effort on yourselves if you want to do it. Right? If you have the drive to have a more positive life, then you're definitely going to see everything in a positive outcome.
Yeah, and it becomes a habit. Like you have to put a little bit of effort into it,
For
but
sure.
it definitely feels better. I mean, there's a lot of negativity. I mean, that old adage, like we always talk about what's wrong. We always talk about, what irritates us about, even someone that we really love. It's like you don't go around talking about that, because that's seen as not humble and boasting and stuff, right? So it's almost like I'm just going to, be a little bit self-deprecating about everything that's going on just so I don't seem like boastful.
Right.
But really that's not what it needs to be. Just positivity and gratitude is a beautiful thing. I'd like to see that on the news, personally.
Definitely.
If anybody in Newsland is listening right now.
But you know what? There are some people that are making the effort to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's like on 680, they've got the good news.
Yes.
Good news.
Yeah.
Available, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are encouraging to be more positive, and life coaches, the self-help books, and all that stuff. Do you think that there's a reason why there's so much negativity thrust upon us? I
do think it's a human condition to look at what's wrong because you're trying to make things better. I think where the error lies is in not looking for a solution, but just repeating the problem. So I think if, there's something that you're not happy with, if you can do something about the situation, then do it.
Right.
If you can't, then change your attitude about it.
That's true.
So, yeah, it's and it spirals, right?
Right, yeah.
It spirals. And I think that excuses, blaming, distractions are a big waste of time and energy that we could be putting towards what we want.
For sure, yeah, definitely. Well, we're excited to be, we've got every episode we have a Wonder Woman and a Superman, and they talk about the things that they're doing in their life that helps them empower their own lives and those around them.
Yeah.
And this
it's
week...
It's an awesome format, really.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
this week we have Lori Pallett, who is the co-founding director of the Mississauga Arts Council that does a lot here in Mississauga. Amazing.
Yes.
So we're really, really happy and excited to have her on.
Yes, she is a huge celebrity to me. I absolutely am so thankful for what she's done for artists here.
Arlene down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll give you her autograph.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'll ask her for you. And then we've got LaRose Mercader.
Yes.
Yes.
Very excited to chat with him. He does a whole bunch of things in our city, in Toronto, in terms of volunteering and reaching out to the youth.
Yeah.
And
governmental stuff, like he's, kind of dabbles in politics to try to enact change and get things moving, so it's great, and he's fun.
Awesome. Yeah. So we're going to chat with those guys in a little bit. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you soon.
The greatest day in your life and mine is when we take total responsibility for our attitudes. That's the day we truly grow up. John C. Maxwell.
Yeah.